I want everybody to know it's not what I write on the flip charts is your learnings. You sitting here, you should be learning. You engaging with your neighbors, you should be learning. Life is learning. Now you are, I tell you what it is, right? Let me ask you a question. 150 people in this room, okay? If you go back home, when you're back home, how long does it take you until you engage with 150 people every single day? It'll probably be in 10, 20 years' time, you may have engaged with 150 people this intense in a normal life. Where is our learning in life? Our learning in life is engaging with people. Do we not learn so much when we hear other people? We learn. When we realize our response or reaction, we learn. When we realize we maybe could have said it a different way, we learn. So imagine life is a sequence of learning from you and other people, your response and your reaction. And usually in life, you've got how long until you get this type of intensity? 30 years maybe, you will spend this amount of time with this amount of people in a normal life. Now it's saying, in 30 days, you're going to put it all together. Every background, every culture, every society, conditioning, anger, frustration, everything. Stubbornness, opinionated. You put everything in one thing. That's why I said to everybody, did I not? From the beginning of way before Light Warrior, I said, your first weeks are going to be crying like a baby. Did I say that, yes or no? It's because you're going to, this is that person and this person. Why is this happening? That shouldn't be this way. This shouldn't be this way. So what does it mean? It's you're taking like 30 years of lessons and just condensing it in 1 month. It's going to be intense. But we need to understand that's what happens. It's the whole process of evolution and development is always, the cycle is chaos to order. Always. There's no other way. The problems you have inside needs to come out and create some chaos before you now know how to settle it. Because if it doesn't come out, you don't see it. You cannot change it. You can only change what you can see. There's some people, and sometimes I observe it and I'm just like, wow, so much. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the end of it all, has anybody here ever had, I'm guessing there is, anybody at home here or anybody in person, actually ever had a near-death experience before? Has anybody ever had one? Did anybody have near-death experience before where when you were going through that, you had flashes of your life, flashbacks of your life? When we finish here and we leave, that's what happens. You will go through that tunnel. And when you go through those lights, you will see flashback of everything that happened in your life. And you will realize what everything was. My advice to everybody is to live life as conscious as you can. But you have to be extremely present in a moment to live as conscious as you can. To know that maid that is serving you in your home, that's you just throw all the work to every single day, is some past soul connection with you and is just here to support you this lifetime. And it was somebody you knew deeply, but in this lifetime, they are someone else. To know that sometimes when you're just walking along the street somewhere and there's some homeless person somewhere asking for something, that interaction with somebody who you crossed paths with lifetimes before. Everything gets revealed in that last tunnel. And when it gets revealed, your emotions will go wild if you don't live consciously. You will realize why everything happened the way it happened. You'll realize. You realize from every pet you have, to every person you interact with, to your mom, to your dad, to your brother, your sisters, you'll realize what that connection was and why they were here and what was the reasoning for everything. You'll see everything. So when you don't live consciously, and at the end, some people will go through a very painful experience through that tunnel, because you will relive every single moment of that life very, very fast, and the emotions will be amplified as you exit. That's why Grandmaster Aksha always teaches. He says, actually, every single day we should prepare well for when we leave. When I first heard that, I didn't understand. What do you mean? You mean prepare to die? That's very strange. But he said, if you remember that every action and every interaction you're having every single day is a preparation for when you go through that tunnel, what you're going to observe and feel. Your life book. Your life book will be shown just there, and it'll be felt. And then maybe at that time, you would have wished that you could just drop this and drop this and drop some stubbornness there and just have more love and compassion. Why do people need that time? Why do we need to wait for that time when it comes to the end of one life, where then we'll wish we did something? Why? Too much expectation, too many needs. I need you to say sorry. I need you to apologize. No, you should apologize. No, it was you. You know, all of these things have everything to do with manifestation. It has everything to do with manifestation. Why? It's because you are here at manifesting miracles. And miracle does not come from your brain and your mind. If you manifest a goal, that comes from your brain and your mind. What's a miracle? A miracle is something that, didn't expect that. How did that happen? And if you don't know, somebody knows. So if you want to manifest miracle, you need to understand, how do we get more in touch with our spiritual side? How do we start detaching more from the human side? And how do we start expanding our spiritual consciousness, our spiritual awareness, our spiritual practices? Because what is the difference between the human and the spiritual? The human is what? Human is for sure limited. Physical body is limited. Right? You cannot do some things. You cannot just fly like this. You cannot. Right? There's some things, there's laws, and there's human laws. And then there's spiritual laws. But the spiritual laws is of abundance. The spiritual laws is of infinite. So on the spiritual side, you have infinite. What does that mean? Well, spiritually or metaphysically, like thought is metaphysical. Imagination, visualization is metaphysical. You can go on the beach to Hawaii now. You do it like now. It's metaphysical. Your metaphysical is unlimited. It's infinite. This side is limited. What about God? God is limited or infinite? So God and universe should be on this side, yes? God, universe should be this side. Human is this side. So what is our goal? Our goal is to, how do we become a little bit more in touch with this side? Because when we're more in touch with this side, we can manifest miracles. We can make anything happen. Why we manifest miracles? We don't manifest miracles. Miracles manifest through us. We don't manifest miracles. Miracles manifest through us. What does that mean? It means that you need to learn to allow. You need to learn to surrender for that to happen. You need to learn to allow. You need to learn to surrender. Miracles manifest through us.